And like the sand in an hourglass, these are the days of our lives.
I didn't watch that channel. Oh, all my children, one life to live, girl.
Ah, Chad, I don't
General
remember.
Hospital, Young and the Restless.
Hospital, yeah.
I can't remember none of these openings, but that one. And I ain't watching that.
I feel like they're the only ones that had words.
Probably. But this how I felt about this daggone episode. This telenovela I watched, I was like, what is this?
As the world turns.
It was definitely giving telenovela.
And then when I got that message, that wasn't a message, it was just a like.
Oh my God.
I was in love all over again. And I never felt a love like I felt in love. And I told my friend, friend, sometimes you just get lonely. You get lonely. Oh. Oh.
I remember the first time my son ever heard that song. He's like, why is this dude trying to steal R. Kelly's song?
Ooh.
What R. Kelly song he had related to it? What?
You don't remember that part of R. Kelly songs?
Child, it's just the fact that it's a part of the song, and this man made a whole literary song. Crying. Because you ain't never been in love the way I've been in love. And I told my friend.
I mean, I feel like this love is a little concerning. I'm not comfortable. I don't feel safe.
I didn't feel safe either. I bet you the people in the kitchen didn't feel safe.
Ooh.
They didn't feel safe enough to laugh. I'm sorry to see you go. I'm not.
I'm sorry, they was better than me. They made it out the kitchen because I would have busted up right there.
If somebody is willing to put their business out there for my entertainment, I'm gonna eat it up. I don't even need cable in this house.
I do apologize, y'all. Okay, that was a hell of an intro. I'm sorry. Because every time I think of you, it's just another sentence. I can't do it.
At least they got right to it.
I shouldn't laugh at that man's pain like that, but that was funny.
Hey, at least he's opening up. At least he nip it in the bud and say, "This is it. I'm going home."
You know, talking.
Other people. Well, wait a minute. We cannot say that. Men don't share their feelings. They don't talk. And now here's one that does.
I shouldn't be laughing like this because now the men that be feeling extra emotional, you know what I'm saying? They're not gonna open up to me because
not gonna let it out. Exactly.
Not gonna let it out. I should be a little bit more sensitive.
I feel two ways about that. Like I feel like his emotions were definitely real, but the performance of it all was funny. Like, come on.
It was wonderful theatrics. I am so disappointed that they missed out on improv because I would have loved to see that because it just tickled me when Alicia said, "Chris, she's not that good at improv, but Chris is." And I said, "Really? Is he really? Because he ain't been able to improv this relationship yet."
Listen.
I'm not going co-sign. Irvin at least shared his feelings and he ended the relationship. It should have ended before, but at least he ended it. Okay. The problem I have is why are we talking about the ex? And the thing is, he's suffering from something that a lot of people suffer from. It's called closure. We don't need it.
Closure from who? The ex? Because I think
closure from the relationship. So you know why this ended. I don't need to know why it ended. It's done.
He was trying to make her mad. His feelings, I think, this is my opinion. I think his feelings are hurt because that lady didn't like him. And he was acting out of embarrassment and hurt. And then it probably brought back some old stuff from the last relationship because I don't think that lady liked him either. Even though he's over here saying God brought her back to his Instagram and liked the picture or phone call or both.
Because I'm a good man, Felicia. I'm a good
man. Yes, he is. Yes, he is, y'all. He is a good man. That is a good man. Good and wrong. He was good and terrible in that scene, and I did not like it, okay? Sexy Chocolate was good and terrible in that scene. I am sorry. I'm like, sorry, not sorry, okay? That crap was funny to me. I was just like Cinco and Jared trying to hold my composure. And I swear to God, when she said, I hate to see y'all go, and he said, I'm not, I would have just fell out right then and there. The fact that the waterworks is coming down, the way they came down out of complete nowhere. I said, sir, you're talking about emotional intelligence when you're emotionally unstable. Please stop. Please stop. Okay. Because you don't have emotional intelligence. So if the ex has emotional intelligence and she coming back to you, there's other reasons she's coming back to you. It's not for love, my love. Like, it is not for love. She just, the fact that that man sat there and said she hasn't been able to find somebody else in 5 years.
No, she's settling for you, sir. She's settling for you. Please understand.
When did this conversation happen? Because he was like, oh, wait, no, she didn't call. She liked the picture. Like, he surmised all that from the little heart in the corner of his Instagram picture that's congratulating his sister for getting married.
I told you all there was something. I said he is not this stable and perfect. I kept saying every week there's something we're not seeing. And finally, on the exit, they let us have it.
Wait. First of all, perfect. We never said that man was ever.
No.
Never, ever.
They were editing him to look like he was the good and stable boyfriend, and she was the only problem. The way they were editing it.
Oh no, I don't know, because when this man was sitting here picking sides that quickly, and like he was emotionally unstable. Now he was doing some things that look a little bit more healthier, more, cordial, because her unstableness was a little bit higher in the moments with him. But no, sir. No, sir. No. Because when you get to really telling me that I better do anything, sir, you better check yourself. That's what you better do. And get out my face, because I better not do nothing.
That sounds like a challenge.
Right. The only way you could talk to me like that is if you're already talking to me like that. So, sir, no.
I don't even like you. Shut up.
Right.
The only time you're telling me that is when, I have accepted your rod of correction, okay? You can't do that. You
cannot just talk to me any kind of way. Okay?
I'm sorry, Rhonda. Too much.
I feel like I want to start referring to it as
when I got your paternity pad on notice, okay? Like, when I know it's going to be some corrections going on. But you ain't got that kind of direction to be doing it. So there's none of that, sir. But let me bring a man on stage before we got all our raunchiness out. So, hey, Sean.
Hey, Jay. What's up, Rhonda? What's up, Elsid?
Hey, Sean, you acting like Sean gonna make us behave? Really?
Yeah,
I never said he was, child.
Listen, I don't want to be the cause of dissension. So please, Elsid, don't get to tussling with Jay on my behalf. Please.
She ain't gonna tussle with me, child. She gonna say whatever she want to say. We're gonna keep right along pushing.
I don't want none of y'all tussling. Every time I feel like my presence causes confusion. So I want peace. I don't want. You see, I got my baby picture my mom sent me. We all need to tap into our inner child. Like a lot of these people on Never Ever Mets, their inner child is not healed, so they're acting up. So that's what I'm an advocate for.
This tantrum he threw had me in tears. I am so this. I can't. I'm trying to be serious, but I was really
What?
all. I was rooting. I was rooting for Irvin up until that moment where his pettiness went to another level. And the only reason I'm going to really say this because I'm a queen of petty. I love me some petty moments. I'm not even mad at the petty moment of my ex hit me. I just need you to know that. Yada yada yada. I need emotional intelligence. You obviously can't give me that. He started to lose me when he started to be like, we just can't be friends because I'm still in love with you. You know what I'm saying? Like he lost me there. And then he really lost me when he went into the house with the tears, because one thing about being petty is you cannot have emotions, bro. Like if you have some emotional intelligence, you would have known that. You can't have emotion, especially can't break your poker face. Now, if you want to cry in the closet to yourself, that's a whole different thing. But
she was like, cool, that's cool. And he was like,
I refuse to stay here in a toxic relationship, y'all. She just bust on in. She didn't even say, hey, everybody, what? But hey, I refuse to stay here. I need my peace. Cut into his crying session.
That's what made the petty even worse for him, because I was like, sir, she still don't care. She's still unbothered. Alicia won. Irvin 0.
She definitely won. She was like, he hates it when I smile. Oh shit!
Yeah, his
I don't know what garbage he's telling y'all.
Showed up.
Go, Sean. Sorry.
Oh, no worries. I was just saying his crazy showed up because he thought everything that he thought was going to happen, it didn't go the way he thought it was going to go. So then he wasn't crying because of that story. He was crying because he was mad that he couldn't get one off on Alicia. Every time I try to get her, it don't work. She hit him with the, you ain't no good gonna come to you till you do right by me. He got hit with the Miss Silly curse.
Chris said, I think that Irvin is acting just like a big old crybaby.
Like, wait, Cinco was like, you're sitting at the head of your table, huh, boy?
She don't let her talk to you like that.
This woman talk to you like that.
You gonna let her talk to you like that at your table?
Hush, you old fool.
Rhonda, but that accent, where did Chris get this slave accent from? Because I didn't hear his accent that deeply when he was on Ready to Love. Now he sounds like he's auditioning for 12 years or something.
Alicia, not Alicia, what's the name? Lexton beat him down, child.
Oh, okay. He done beat him into submission.
That accent tickled me when he was like, and he just crying and things.
I know you're not talking afraid of the boom boom room.
Right. Got you crying in the boom boom room. That's what you afraid of, Chris.
Alicia knows that when it's time to go down, it'll go down. Alicia knows. Alex knows. I'm like, what? What in the antebellum South?
Any consent?
Wait, Shine. I got to get to bed. I got to get away, sir. She trying to get me. She trying to get my man parts.
She's trying to take advantage of me. She wants my monkey business.
I'm trying.
She said it's because she's Jamaican. It's not. It's just because she's Jamaican.
Right. I'm gonna tell y'all now. I've been to improv. I love improv. I actually used to go to Growlings. Okay, I miss it. I was trying to come back before I got a job. I ain't gonna hold y'all. I love improv. This whole episode had me like I was in improv class because I was just dying. I was like, y'all are throwing together scenes right now. This cannot be real. They was doing some yes and scenes like.
Oh, the first one was Alicia with the, and go away. You're following him.
Toxic.
Say it to the camera. Say it to the camera, Alicia.
Then she start praying again. This time in silence. Peace.
Namaste. Namaste. Nah,
no, I ain't
go,
gonna stay.
But I'ma stay. He can go, but I'ma stay.
It was like they kept walking through the house, you know, and the people were like, "Are y'all gonna leave or not?" You keep on telling me you're saying how you hate each other.
What time is your car?
Wait, why the people in the house was like, I just was wondering how long it was gonna take them to realize. Pack your stuff up and go, please. We trying to get the extra room.
A heck of a long week between Alicia and Irvin, and then you got Kiki and Brandon over here.
But that's it, Rhonda. It's only been a week. It's only all this is 1 week.
It's only been a week.
One whole week.
Child. I don't understand why you're so worked up over somebody that you've only known for a week. Like you just met them.
A weekend? What? They were what? 8 months? 6 months?
5? I thought they was only 5. They was short term.
It was short.
Baby. Yeah, real short. You talking about this ex that hit you 5 months ago or whatever ago and stuff, and now you crying and having all these tears. Boy, please go home. You clearly need some things to fix. You got some things to fix. Because you putting your all into a relationship.
that wasn't.
That never was.
Over our heart. Instagram heart. Okay. All right.
On someone else's post. It wasn't even on his post. Because the more he started talking, I was like, bro, did this even happen at all?
No.
It didn't.
No, it did not happen. Because he was still improv in the story.
He almost had a conversation.
He was like, I know you're not going to let me go
happened.
to this event, but I'm going to have my own version of improv. I'm like, what?
Let me make up a story.
What I don't get about these guys, these are the worst crop of liars that I think we've come out after the show. Not you lying in real time, lying in 4K, and then telling on yourself between Jared, Clay, and now Irwin. They just lying and then telling on themselves.
Like, who hasn't lied?
Y'all not even, I mean, I get it. The lie, that's going to happen. But don't tell your own lie. It's like, if you're not equipped to be a liar, then just tell the truth. Because how everybody knows about their lies in real time is crazy to me.
Because they pillow talking. Some people, I guess.
Jared told the cameras that he didn't want his zebra black queen.
Yeah. Well, the pillow talking
black
here.
Queen of it all.
It's his zebra queen. You know, his little exotic boot thing. But yeah, let's get into the pillow talkers of it all, okay? Because they was pushing the conversation once again for another week. You know, if we ain't gonna have the mess, because we're gonna be the mess starters, okay? We're gonna be the ones make sure the mess gets started. And they decided, let's do another game. Lord Jesus, doing these games. But I ain't gonna hold you. I like the way that Cinco be sitting here talking his mess to everybody. And having like all kind of little stuff to say. He be like, bro, it's obvious. I just need y'all to go ahead and state the obvious. If y'all don't see that y'all are a problem and y'all mismatch and y'all don't get along and y'all need and yada, yada, yada.
Well, what's the name said they didn't have any, none of our dates have been good. Not one. Brandon. They've been all bad.
I have no clue, Ryan. So how y'all feel about the game that they brought up? And the questions that were asked and the people that were chosen. Do y'all think they had valid points on stuff? Elsie, because I know you got all the questions and stuff.
Yeah, the questions were who will make it to the end. They said Cinco and Jay. Who needs the intimacy suite? And they said need, not want. They say Chris and Alexis. Who's least compatible? Brandon and Kiki. Most dramatic? Brandon and Kiki. And the most secrets? Tati and Clay. But I liked it. I thought we could have added some other questions, but it was good to kind of get the ball rolling, because if I was Tati, ain't nobody leaving until I find out what secrets y'all know that I don't.
9 out of 12 people know what's going on, and Tati does not. I'll be mad. Mad.
Sound like nobody else know Kiki's secret.
That's why she's stressed out and her stomach hurts. She's just overwhelmed so much. That's why a lie will get you that way, I bet you.
First of all, there's one way to keep a lie. There's only one way to keep a lie.
Your mouth shut.
Okay. Yeah. A lie could exist between you and another person if you got a shovel. But other than that, you know what I'm saying? You should keep it to yourself. You should be telling absolutely nobody your deepest, darkest secrets, especially if they're not your partner to be. Because, why would you think that Jared is going to hold your secret just because you keeping the fact that he just want to smash this lady?
He had to tell more than Jared, I think.
No, Jared be telling. Then the other one, he tell his lady. Then his lady tells somebody and stuff. That's how it's getting around. Plus, he gonna share it with the boys, of course, because
the boys is the ones I think doing the talking.
Yeah, they like to talk. They doing the talking.
But I cry foul with the game. I think only because Irvin and Alicia left that Brandon and Kiki won least compatible and most dramatic.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's by default.
Yeah. But it still rang true.
Yeah. They next in line, definitely.
Next in line.
Well, Clay and Tati on that list.
Well, what we've heard from Word on the Curb is that Brandon is doing a lot of complaining in the house and stressing folks out. That's what some of the cast members have said. So,
but neither here nor there.
No, somebody else said it. Alicia said it too.
Oh, of course she was there because she the one who got into it with him.
Well, I feel like Brandon and Irvin are quite similar. They're going through the same situation and they're giving the same energy. So, but I don't know. I mean, Alicia.
Is that your source?
However, I can get where they are stressing them out because they are the one who are running around complaining the most about the women that they are with to everybody. However, Brandon, since we're going to talk about them real quick, Brandon is actually the one who is trying between the two of them. When we know a possible reason why Kiki is not trying, because she's trying to get back with her ex of 4 months, who is still her fiance or whatever, you know what I'm saying? Probably still living together, probably still effing. This is why Brandon can't get no affection, no love, no intimacy, no nothing. And possibly why Kiki is taking it back so much.
Her excuses don't make sense. You mean to tell me she was overwhelmed because he volunteered himself to go first during an exercise that everybody had to do? That just had her so overworked. She just couldn't handle that.
He volunteered them as a couple too when they had to do that, continue the story. But yeah, I don't believe that. He can't even get a handhold while he is hearing Tati and Clay slobbering each other in the next row. Can't even get a hand. Can't even touch your hand. What's that song? Can I hold your hand? Can't even get that. Come on now. She is remaining faithful. So she's saying X. I'm only calling him X because she said it. I think she's remaining faithful to the person she left at home, and she here on vacation, like she keeps saying. She just on vacation.
That's what she told that man. That's what she told that man. She on vacation.
Sorry, Sean. I know that's your buddy.
Who is my buddy?
Kiki.
Y'all gonna line me up with people if y'all don't do nothing else.
No, the people line themselves with you.
Right.
I can't help if I'm just a likable kind of person. What can I tell you?
Can't help you be beautiful,
no,
Sean.
They just like certain things you
not
say.
that. It's my personality. You know, it's just my personality. I draw
And
people.
The things that you say that get them off the hook in their opinion.
Oh Lord, here y'all go. I didn't even disagree with anything y'all said, but y'all just wanna, y'all wanna just tussle with me. So I'll take one for the team.
We're speaking fact out loud.
What is the facts? I don't know Kiki from a hole in the wall.
It's not about knowing her. It's just that you had took up counsel for her, and so you're like public defender number one in her opinion, and so it's just.
I empathized with her in one area. I did.
And I understand, and she thanks you for it, and the reason she thanks you for it is because that's her new outlet on why her behavior.
Oh Lord! So I single-handedly let Kiki off the hook for everything else because I empathize with her.
No. You didn't do anything. You just gave her an out. Sean, I know you're my pure friend. You don't know the dark arts the way.
Yeah, it's too much.
We do, but as a person that knows dark arts as well, this lady has been lying not only to Brandon, but to her man, and be trying to lie to us. You just helped her find something that is positively true and possibly true in some cases with some people out in this world, because we just know how some of these people in the comments be. For her to say, I'm going to use that as my scapegoat for all the people who is trying to blame my behavior. You guys are just mad at my weight and stuff. No, ma'am, your behavior is what we're calling out. At this point, you are a fibber. You're an emotional cheater at the most, because ain't no way if this man is your best friend online, your backup, that you haven't been cheating. You've been cheating because you have a whole situation that you've been in for at least for the years that you've been knowing Brandon. You got a lot going on, ma'am. And I ain't saying nothing because a sister has led some men astray before. You know what I'm saying? I get it. I see it. And I know when I just need a little detail to seal my deal on why this is true. Just like the vacation quote unquote thing. If I keep saying to everybody I'm on vacation, I will not be lying to my man who I told I was on vacation. Though I am not really on a vacation alone. Okay. So she just thinks you shine. That's all I'm saying.
It's like a whole lot of work to hide that much of a relationship for 4 years from a person that you living with. I mean, and you got somebody having babies, but she's like, plus the fact I also think, I'm with you, Jay, the weight thing. I think the opposite. I think Kiki has been getting away with a lot her whole life because she's cute and bubbly. She don't have to do the dishes. She don't have to cook. All she got to do is do that voice and that cute thing that she does and suck her thumb. And I think Kiki gets away with a lot of shit for being cute.
Oh, yeah, that voice. Oh, she wields that voice. If you listen to her in her scenes, she puts on that cutesy voice. And it's like,
she gets tired of Brandon. Then she be like, I'm tired of you.
Don't try to hold my hand. It's a lot. She's on vacation. The fact that she, has hid this relationship for that long, that many years, it's on par with the young lady hiding her kids for all these years.
Same thing.
So while Kiki may seem, all bubbly and whatever, she is diabolical.
Hey, listen. No, I shouldn't say that because I might be promoting some people to do the wrong things. Okay. But I see you, Kiki. I see you, sis. Okay. A part of me sees you, but at the same time, the other part of me sees you, sis. I live on both sides of the coin sometimes. And sometimes I can respect the game player when I see a game player. I'm not mad at the overall game. There's some tweaks that need to be worked out. Like, when you have talked to somebody for 4 years, you talk some big game. You talk some mad-ish over the phone. Because, over the phone, we be talking mad-ish. I ain't gonna hold y'all, like, over the phone. And then we get in front of that person and be like, I know I said I was going to do what I said I was going to do, but it was better like when I was an online thug. Now I'm in front of your face and I don't really want to do none of that stuff I said I was going to do because I'm still in love with my nigga.
And don't want to be mad at him because he's over here cheating. So once he get her turned up,
that's what happened. That's exactly what happened. I got turned up and I started turning this man on. Now I don't talk too much to this man, but I'm still trying to be with my man. So I got mad at my man once too many times, and now I'm in front of this man, and I don't really want this man because I still want my man. That's what's happening right now. And like she said before, she said, you're ruining my fantasy. She had a fantasy worked up that she worked out about this man when he was going to just be the Prince Charming and romance her off. And that's what I was saying in Aubrey's thing the other day. Elle said is more so about him being a certain type of man that was just going to sweep her off her feet in some ways that her ex did. However, she's not completing things that her ex could. One thing about a woman that's going to cheat, she's going to build her a nest before she fully move out of the last one. She gonna build. Some women are like birds. They gonna build them a whole nest before they officially move out of the next one. He's ruining that nest for her right now, in her opinion.
He over here trying to regulate her drink. He getting on her nerves. He not even fun. We on vacation. We supposed to be getting tipsy.
Yeah, nobody told him that she was a savage. That's the thing. Nobody told him that this was, but he will find out. He will, and we'll see if he'll react the way Irvin did with his exit, or if he gonna do a whole bunch. But this is definitely something. I agree with you, Jay. She is building a nest, but she realized she met Brandon, and this ain't the bird I want to build a nest with. I'm sorry. Mm-hmm. If you can't even hold his hand, and that's why I'm like, she keeping herself, faithful to the ex.
Mm-hmm.
You can't hold a man's hand. Oh my word! Mm-mm.
No, I just want to get back at the ex a little bit for just him embarrassing me. This is the only reason I can see you bringing this whole relationship to TV and stuff like that is just to get back at the ex or whatever. It's not a very good way because I hope you want to really end it with the ex, and maybe this is what you need to end it. Sometimes I did some foolish stuff. I ain't never brought nobody on TV, but I did some crazy stuff to make sure the relationship was ended. I got to make sure I can't go back. Like I got to, my pride can't let me go back because I'm weak. So maybe this is her putting her stance down so I don't go back to the ex because I wouldn't want to go back to my ex after I did some after I brought a whole man to a show talking about I've been talking to him for 4 years of my 8-year relationship. I'm not trying to go back to that man.
Well, if the ex is as diabolical, he might be like, "Oh, you've been hiding stuff too," and it may crash back together. Some people.
My thought, I just wouldn't. I know people that do that and they get back together. Just me, I wouldn't want to because now I'm thinking that you're gonna still try to get me back.
Right, you're gonna get the last laugh, and I ain't laughing.
And you're gonna be looking like Alicia with Irvin.
Speaking in tongues.
I can hear that.
Even if she doesn't want him back, it's only been 4 months. So whatever she was feeling for her ex, it's not been enough time for her to unfeel them.
Sorry, Sean.
I was going to say something real raunchy. I'm sorry.
Sean, we've been going. Go ahead. What are your thoughts, Sean? Because I know you're going to be the words of wisdom here.
Oh no, I'm not. I'm not gonna be the public defender this time. So
Mm.
y'all can have it.
You're not going to be what was that lady's name? Somewhere the advocate.
Not on this particular couple. Yeah, I'm actually with you because Rhonda actually stole my thought right out of my head because I said, when Kiki was saying you ruining the vibe, she wanted a good time vacation, and it just brought me back to, you go on your vacations out of town, you want to have a little fun. You don't want the person stressing you out. And anytime somebody gets overly attached in that fun time, it always goes left. We've seen it, Jay, even in our
Mm-hmm.
own little vacations that we've gone on a few of them. When somebody gets too much, you get too clingy, too much, too demanding, you're supposed to be light. And that's where Brandon messed up, but now he's trying to redirect like a couple of the fellas are trying to do. They try to redirect to get back in there, but you missed your shot. You know what I mean? You missed your shot, bro. You should have went into it with the right mentality. And then he came in too hot, too fast with that racy photo shoot he was trying to do. Scared her off. Didn't want to control her. Tell her what to do. And now he's trying to say, okay, you could drink. Can I have a kiss? It's like, bro. You do it. It's
Drake for a
it's,
kiss.
it's a schizophrenic experience. You know what I mean? She's like,
Let me
now.
get a shot for a shot. Like what?
She's like, I'm tapped out. You missed your chance. The doors are closed.
She literally just said, "I don't really want to be touching on you like that." It's like, can I have a hug?
Nah, son.
No.
Dap it up. Hey, she
You
hit him
know
with a
what?
yerp.
I can thank the ladies online that alerted me so that I don't do that anymore. The "Can I get a hug ninja?" Because that's exactly what he turned into. I didn't know what that was. So I'm like, oh shoot, let me not be that person. But you see it so many times in these different shows. Can I get a hug? Nah, don't do that, bro. Don't go out like
Yeah,
that.
but it's just as diabolical when we ask for it. So
I know, but he was just trying to press his chest to her chest, let her feel what he working with. You know what I'm saying? Just feel me
let
out,
our
baby.
heartbeats, let our heartbeats
You
together.
know? Irvin got him so emotional downstairs. He just had a
This boy, Brandon, said, "I can't believe that Alicia and Irving are leaving." 2 seconds later, "I'm so glad they left. They were messing up the energy here."
That's his yoga partner too.
he said it was them that's stopping me from getting some.
He was like, "They're messing it up for
You know,
everybody."
that's why he wouldn't apologize to Alicia. He was like, you know what? Let me just. I know Alicia and Kiki are close. Let me. This is how I'm gonna start my redemption tour. I just want to apologize to you. Erwin was like, you messing up. You messing this up for me, nigga.
Now, in
Like,
all
come on
fairness,
now.
Don't say sorry.
right?
He's like, I'm trying to end this. I'm trying to, go out with a bang here. You saying sorry? That's another reason Erwin was crying. He was like,
Right.
Brandon, damn it. Don't apologize to her.
Now, in all fairness, I know we've been talking ish and stuff and joking or whatever, but the way Kiki hugged Kiki in the moment Alicia was leaving and somebody else was giving Alicia a hug, I said, "Nah, she don't like to be. She don't like contact. She don't like contact." She hugged herself, bro. She didn't even hug the girl. She was over there crying to herself when Alicia was leaving.
Crying.
But she wouldn't go hug her. She was like, "Yeah, no, I'm good." She don't even. I was like, I believe her on the. She don't want physical contact. I believe her. I believe her.
I know a lot of people like that, truth be
Yeah.
told, that they just, and sometimes they have to ease their way into it, whether it's past trauma experiences or like what she said, if you grow up in a family and you're not used to affection, someone being affectionate with you is gonna it's gonna throw you off, So
Mm-hmm.
I get her on that. And that combined with Brandon just not he didn't pace himself with her. He's missing the mark. So she's like,
You're
let's
saying
wrap this up.
You're saying that, but why are we here at this house? Isn't it to take a relationship from online to being in person? So
Yeah, I mean, but that doesn't mean somebody has the right to touch you if you don't want to be touched.
no, not the touching. I'm saying he did too much. He thinks it's too far. He's thinking we are building a relationship.
What?
We are continuing to build.
And everybody
So
has different ways of building relationships, and sometimes you gotta pace. You can't do everything you want to do. You also have to consider the other person. So
But
sometimes you get into a scenario and it's too much for the other person, and you guys aren't a match. I think that's what we're finding here is they're not a match for a variety of reasons. One of them, on his part to own, we definitely could see Kiki's, but Brandon's part to own is I don't think he paced himself appropriately. He just went boom boom, you know?
so I'm in between that and what Elle said is saying, Sean. And I say this because this has been 4 years of them talking or whatever. So there's been a lot of conversation being had. I'm pretty sure there was something talks about let's do a photo shoot, yada, yada, yada at some point or whatever and stuff like that. Now, he outpaced himself because she still hung up on somebody else. I feel like maybe if she wasn't still emotionally connected to a whole nother man and actually had given Brandon a fair shot, his pace probably wouldn't be so off. It may not be. I'm not really sure. It's a possibility. You know what I'm saying? It could still be off or whatever, but it's going to be off in her opinion right now because she's still torn between somewhere else. She got her heart still somewhere else and not really giving him a fair shot in the first place.
Listen, these online relationships ain't nothing. You telling me he's been celibate for those 4 years? He ain't slept with nobody in those whole 4 years?
I'm not saying sleeping with somebody and actually being in a whole relationship with somebody is two different things. Like,
well, it's something, and he was doing it. So and we don't
there's
know.
no
Maybe he might have been in a relationship
proof
too.
that he
Again,
was though. So
I'm not.
allegedly,
What you said?
I just said allegedly doing it
Right.
because we don't
Yeah,
know.
yeah, we don't know, but we also know that this guy was not celibate for 4 years. We do know. We can probably say that for 100% certainty, he was not out here messing with nobody in the 4 years that they were talking.
why has he got to be a priest when she clearly was living with
He
somebody
doesn't
and
have to. That's my point. He doesn't have to, and neither does she. I
My
mean, she should be honest about the fact that she was with somebody. That is a problem. I'm not excusing it, but I'm also adding other things to the mix. It's not
Yeah, but the
like
other things still don't matter. I can literally sleep with somebody and have no attachment to that person as opposed to somebody having their whole heart into somebody. Like that was her fiance. She still hung up over cheating. She's sitting here in the confessional being asked, "Do you still love that man?" And she don't want to answer.
right.
why
I'm
would
not.
you ask me
I'm not
that?
arguing with you about what Kiki is doing. That's where we don't. There's no debate
I'm
on
not
that.
it's
I'm not
not about
excusing
what
it.
she's doing though, Sha. I'm just saying it's not the fair chance he is getting for it to be said that his timing is off.
I don't think those two things go together. I think that yes, Kiki lied. Kiki was in a relationship. Kiki's heart is someplace else. But just because she has flaws doesn't mean he gets a free pass. It means to me that yes, all those things are true about what you're saying about her, but Brandon is also doing too much for her. And just because she has somebody else, it doesn't mean that that's not too much. It just means she's got stuff going on. I can still look at Brandon and say, hey, listen, to me, looking at that is too much. Coming in on our first date from meeting each other, I don't care we're talking for 4 years, but I meet you day one and I'm putting you in a photo shoot where part of your body is exposed. To me, that is too much. And
See,
even
I
She
he
should
need
have said
mentioned,
no. She should have said no then.
I
I
mean,
don't
I
think
don't
it's
think that still doesn't mean that it's not too much. It just she can say it's too. She could have said no, but she also did say I didn't feel comfortable. She did choose to do it, but it still doesn't excuse the fact that that was a lot for the first date.
I don't think though it's unreasonable. I think that was a lot for the first date too, and I think she should have said no. I wish she hadn't have done that, but I don't think it's unreasonable to be spending 4 years like building this relationship with someone and then meet them in person and then they just don't want to have no type of affection towards you. I think, she had a fairy tale, he had one too. He was gonna meet Kiki and it was gonna be this thing, and then she's like, doesn't want to even hold his hand.
I need more context on these people's conversation because I can't believe for 4.5 years we video chatting, we talking, and it's all been PG-13. I'm sorry. Am I entertaining you for 4.5 years and we just, talking about the movies and what I had to drink tonight? I'm sorry. I do not believe that he is too full on throttle. I think he's full on throttle maybe because of the conversations they've had in the past, but I could be wrong. I think we also need to see the context of the conversations that these couples have had before they even met, because that'll tell us too, is he expecting too much or is this in line with the conversations they done had?
Unlike half the panel, I don't feel like it's too much because I just put myself, since we're talking about how we personally feel about the thing, I personally feel like, have I been talking to you for 4 years and I know my man been cheating and I got possibility that I'm trying to work up a little something, that some courage or whatever, that I'm going to talk to you? We having some real conversations. We having some advanced conversations. So like it's on site conversations. Okay. I'm not going to sit here and be talking all this mess, but I am different from other people. So I don't know here or there. All I'm saying is I know I'm not giving a person a fair shot in the first place when I'm still entwined with somebody else, period. So regardless if their timing is off or not, when I'm in love with my nigga, I'm in love with my nigga. Your timing is always going to be off. Mm-hmm. But if I don't like him today and till you catch me today, guess what? Your timing is perfectly on for today. Tomorrow might be a whole different story.
Because I just need my ego stroked today.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's why I'm in between. Like there is a chance that dude had bad timing. But in his mind, like Rhonda says, when we've been talking such a way all this time, I'm thinking it's good. As a person who is a model who talked to some photographers before, yeah, first thing we did was a photo shoot. Because that's what we've been talking about. Now, maybe I don't know. They might not have been talking about no raunchy photo shoot. I personally like to be in my Victoria's Secrets. So, you know what I'm saying? I was trying to get me a contract with Fredericks at one time. So I'm just saying, mine might be on that level. That's the type of photo shoot that we're going to do. I, like Elle said, need more context to some of these conversations that y'all was having all these times on how this comfort level got to be so divided. Because this is your best friend, this, that, and the third, you don't want to be touched by him. And I'm not going to hold you. I got friends that's like that. I got friends that I have to literally be like, come on, can I get a hug? Because I'm a hugger. And they have to be like, yeah, I know you want to hug me. Come on. Because they're not. My ex was like that. He came from a family that don't do the PDA. They don't do I won't say they don't do affection, but they're not super affectionate like that. I come from a very hugging, loving type family. We hug, we greet, we kiss, we do all of that stuff like that. Everybody don't roll like me. I get it. But if I start making excuses or making many arguments on why you can't touch me, why you can't hold my hand, I can't even hold my best friend's hand. Like my homegirl that don't like to be touched will still let me lay my hand on her knee. Like if I have to, like, come on, man. Like, that's weird. I'm sorry. She's not giving that man a fair chance, despite all the icky things he be doing. But I wouldn't give him a fair chance. You regulate my drink. Don't play with me, sir.
I also hear a little bit, Sean, that maybe you were saying that these online relationships aren't real.
They're not.
Yeah. I definitely think so. Especially if we've gone a substantial amount of time and not met each other. I think there's some inauthenticity to that. And, maybe some people can carry on a relationship for years without seeing the person. But to me, you're having a relationship. They exist in your phone. It's not in reality. And, come on, years, okay, definitely months. But to sit up here and hold somebody to the same standard as a full-fledged relationship, and we've never met like at all over the course of years. Yeah, come on.
And that's on her because she said she canceled it a few times.
It's on the both of them because he stayed in it. It's still,
Well, he
no
did.
matter who, it's my choice. She doesn't control him, just like he can't control her. If I'm talking to you over the course of 4 years and you keep canceling, I'm going to move around.
You better.
Because we don't have anything. If you keep canceling, that tells me the information that I need to know.
Thank you, Shaz. He a little slow. We know.
So it's like, I get it. I mean, we there's a lot of weight on Kiki in terms of what she needs to do in terms of owning her stuff. But you just get, Brandon's not a passenger. He's just not he's an active participant in his life. So big, he wants to tell her what to do. He needs to tell himself what to do first, which is to bail the hell out.
He's a passive passenger.
Well,
because he allowed her to drive.
That's Kiki's fault too.
No, not her. I'm not saying it's her fault. He's allowing her to drive. He's allowing her
passenger princess.
Correct.
Well, when you a passenger princess, you might get kicked out. So that's
while the car is
moving. Let your feet hit the pavement.
Exactly. The car can be stopped and you might be put out. Or you can go along for whatever the ride takes you, and you might have to pick up a whole lot of people along the way that you don't want to be in the car with you.
Or you might be out your way. Or you might be totally out your way and now you got to catch an Uber home.
Exactly.
Right?
Own your destiny, bro.
In the back seat.
Well, listen. I'm like laughing. He could do whatever he want to do. He was enjoying something. Probably the idea of her while he was doing what he wanted to do too. That's why I brought up that point. It's like, at the end of the day, this Negro was doing whatever the hell he wants to do as well.
Yeah, he was moving around like you said he should.
Right. And exactly. So now when they done met, it's like, this is the chance to see if it works or not. And what you need to do is you got to put your best foot forward.
Well, he ain't Jared, baby.
Clearly not. And clearly not.
And we don't know if Kiki and got a fiance in the wings. Okay.
No. If he was Jared, baby. He over there trying to learn from the wise, I guess. That's why he apologizing. He like, sorry, baby. Let me just let me hug it out.
Let me try to soothe. Yeah, he wants to. I think at his core, he's a decent guy. So he's like, you know what? I don't like this angst. I know I probably got a little out of hand with Alicia. Let me just apologize and move it over. Like, I don't think he's a bad person. Like, anything I'm saying about him doesn't mean I just think they're not obviously a good match for a lot of reasons.
At all. Don't get me wrong, they are not a good match. And I mean, she's realizing that she'd rather go back home. She'd rather stay with her man than move on. And that's why I said it's the fantasy she built up on. He can take me out of this turmoil I'm in with my relationship right now. And then only to meet and realize, hey, you are not the alpha I'm looking for.
You ain't the lick back I'm looking for.
I can't get back with you. This ain't a get back.
Like, you're gonna stress me out. This is supposed to be easy. The side dude's supposed to be fun.
Right.
Not stressing me out.
I got to stress it home. That's his title. You don't know.
He might behave differently
if he paid attention. He might have picked up on it. Because how can you not know? 4 years I'm trying to see you. You canceled on me twice or more.
But the side dude got to touch you too now. Come on now.
The side dude want to touch you the most.
He got to do the right things to get to the touching,
This is true.
And he is not, unfortunately, he ain't doing them,
At all. Not in person. You
got to fulfill the things. What's the Joe song? I'll do all the things your man won't do. Her man is stressing her out at home.
You stressing me out?
I'm going to be your peace. I'm going to be your peace when you get to me. You know what I'm
You don't
saying?
know that
Listen,
there's
you
a
may
man
say
at
I don't do
home.
the dark arts, but I knew a mildish, a grayish dark art, So
Right.
the thing I knew was I'm going to sell you the dream on, I'm going to do everything and give you a little bit of peace. He wasn't doing that. He was trying to do him and be an alpha. You know what I'm
Well, he was
saying? Like,
supposed to give her the peace before giving her the peace, but he forgot to give her the peace first before he started being all crazy and stuff. He just went crazy without giving out the peace.
Immediately.
Nobody
He had
wants
the peace
that
pipe.
now.
He had the peace pipe.
And if
You
she like
know?
anything, look, and if she anything like me, she like, well, if I break you off with some, you really gonna be crazy.
Really crazy.
Right. And she's like, I probably need a couple drinks to loosen up, to forget about why I'm not supposed to be doing what I want to do, but I'm about to do, And now you want to get in front of the drinks. Nah, bro, let it get a
She
little
done got in
tipsy.
front of this man and
She'll
let
be
him
drunk
take
in
pictures of
love.
her underwear. Her man go see that. She's like, pour some more of that wine in that glass for
She's
me.
like, dang it. He should have whispered in her ear, like, hey, baby, what would you like to do for our first date? This is what I would like to do, but what would you like to do? Would that be fun for you? And then see what she said. If she said, yeah, it would be fun, then we go ahead. We're going to do this little photo shoot. And then we have a private photo shoot after. But
She
if she
probably
said
did. She
no,
probably did say yeah, but didn't think that it was gonna be on TV.
Right.
now then she must be a little bit on the slow bus if she didn't think it was going to be televised when you come on
No,
a
because
Tipsy
television
bus.
show.
this thing
Tipsy
could have
bus.
been said some time ago before this show opportunity came up and stuff like that. Like, oh yeah, that's probably why she canceled a few times too. Like, yeah, because their initial meeting probably was supposed to be a photo shoot. And when you listen, I must just side note. That's really not a side note, but it's a side note for real. And take notes. When you ever meet a GWC that you're not sure about, but you said, yeah, I'll shoot with
A
you. Then all of a sudden,
GWC. Wait.
a guy with a
Oh,
camera.
Guy with a camera.
oh, okay.
Okay, he claimed he a photographer, but he just a guy with a camera. Okay, and you feel a little leery about him. Go ahead and cancel that shoot. That's what I think happened here. if we gonna start making up stories, I'm gonna give her a story to this time. She gonna use this.
Right. Give her a
I'm
story,
saying
Jay.
he should have whispered that into her ear when he saw her. Like once they met up, boom,
But
boom,
that was the
boom.
first meeting. That was their makeup. That was the initial
I thought
meeting.
they met, saw each other, and then they went on their first date.
They met at the photo shoot.
They met at the first. Everybody met at the first date, so it was a surprise date.
Oh, that's how it went. Okay, so then, yeah, maybe he could have whispered in her ear at that moment, "Hey, babe, this is about to be a photo shoot. Would you be comfortable in negligee, or would you be? I know we talked about this, but would you be comfortable on that, or would you prefer to wear something else?"
Negligee or negligee?
Exactly. Or we could do a joint photo shoot together. How about that?
Yeah, she should have just said nah.
I think
she should have taken a camera from him and said, "You pose for me."
Man,
What if she would have said, "You put that on"?
hey, hit her with that poetic justice. Was it? We exchanging cigarettes now, baby.
She said, "You wear it first. You take the first picture.
No, you can
You
do it
first.
like that.
You
That's the
lips
way
for
to
me
get
first,
us fellas.
'cause I don't know
That's
how
the
to
way to
wear
get us
this.
fellas. You first, and then I'll do it.
Right.
You show me how it's done. I'll take the pictures, and then I'll go next.
Let's just roll reversal. I'm always in front of the camera. Why don't you be in front of the camera now?
Right.
He probably would have done it.
Oh yeah, he would.
He would have done it.
But that would have
That would
required
have
her
helped.
that would have required her have to touch him just a little bit though, because sometimes you got to ease that camera out that man's hand. You know what I'm saying? Like, let me just go ahead and hold on to that.
See, I think her dude flipped it on her. They broke up. It's been 4 months. She was coming here with one intention, and now he's saying things because he knows she about to leave to do this show, and she came over here conflicted.
Yeah, she got a vacation she was too excited for. She started packing bathing suits and things. He like, oh, what the hell going on here? And he done broke off with a little something before she left on her girls trip.
Because the show application, all that is longer than 4 months. So while you're talking about Charlie being pregnant while she was going through the application process, you were juggling a fiance and Brandon.
A girl got needs.
Well, he wasn't totally out the park, because you saw when they did that that Kama Sutra exercise, she bent over. She bent over for him,
Downward
What was that, Sean?
Kiki,
say that again. She
bent over. You know, there's bending over and then there's benting over. She bent over. You know?
Let me see how flexible I is.
I think maybe Kiki do yoga.
Hey,
they
she had the downward dog pose real good.
Probably why they like each other. Anyhow, we done spent the wheel on these people enough. You know what I'm saying? I'd have got my second wind of laughter thanks to Brandon and his tears. You know, they coming. Oh, they coming. And here's a sad truth. I thought Brandon would be the first one to cry before Irvin. I did not see that coming. Irvin. Oh, I just seen that picture in my head again of his tears and his. Oh, it was a raisin in the sun moment for me.
Not raisin in the sun. Oh my.
Okay. I was thinking fences, but you went raisin in the sun.
When you was out there, who was standing with you? It was me.
He didn't have no snot though. He can't be fences. You got to go full in on that one.
No, he the Denzel part of fences.
For one tear.
Oh Jesus! I swear it was a Tyler Perry production. Oh man, coming to Tubi soon. Oh, the cast doesn't stop though. I swear. This is Sean. This is like Beauty and the Black.
Ain't nothing like Beauty and the Black boy.
That shit is like good and bad acting at the same time. Like how
that Beauty and the Black
like 15 minutes.
Next level. When she hit that lady with the car, I said, "Oh, damn."
Is Ty wearing Britney's mama's hat? I mean, daggone it.
Well, you know, apparently the brother been knowing Britney for 15 years, so you know, it's no exchange. It's no word. Hey, look. Things might have been exchanged over time. You know what I'm saying? I just got a lot of questions with that part too. And, you know, Sean said something earlier. These online relationships ain't real because how you be a friend to the brother for 15? What kind of friends are y'all? And you have never met the brother? What kind of brothers are they?
Well, maybe the brother lives where she lives.
How long were they dating?
They knew each other for 50. Oh.
No, they about 8 months or something.
Yeah.
8 months, 3 months. That's what it say on the screen down there, right? No?
Is it? Let me take this. Hold on. Let me take the banner down. Let's see.
So, listen, I think she held that. Did she hold the brother's hand or did I make that up in my head? When he walked in the door, I felt like she held his hand and started talking to him about his own brother.
That's what she did.
She did. I thought it was, I was like, am I making this up? But I swore I saw a hand hold.
That may be because we're only children. We kind of like don't like that, Sean. But I have seen that before. I have seen that dynamic before because she probably really good friends with the brother.
The brother is smooth.
I don't know. Smooth. If let's say I have a real close friend that's like my brother, right? And before he got married, if I introduced him to a friend of if he was introducing me to somebody, right? And the girl walks in holding his hand and gonna talk to him, she had more energy with the brother.
She really did have more energy.
So that's the part that took me out.
Friend. She been the brother's friend.
No.
As given the brother, she been trying to get with the brother for some time, and
he passed her off to
the not available. Yeah.
He passed her off.
He's like, I got a goofy brother that can't keep a girlfriend. You should probably try him.
You know when you ask a man, he'd be like, "How you doing?" And he'd be like, "I got a wife." I'd be like, "You got a brother though?" Mm-hmm. He like, "Yeah, I do."
What if the brother is the baby daddy? Wouldn't that be crazy?
Maury.
Oh. Diabolical, Sean.
He wanted to smack her hand and be like, "Stop." You're telling on us now.
Now you're really getting Beauty in the Black.
Exactly, right?
She was like, his name is Draymond, but I call him Smooth. What do you call Ty?
Ty. Annoying. Oh,
I don't. I don't.
Ty.
What do you call Ty? I don't.
Stupid.
Big mouth.
Don't do nothing. What do you call Ty? Get me my drink.
Hurry up.
All right. We're
Not
gonna
Uncle
serious.
Daddy. Whoa.
Uncle Daddy is my stuff.
That's true.
I love Uncle Daddy, I swear. Why did people was really calling that man Uncle Daddy through that show? Okay, no, for real. All right, we're gonna be serious for just a second and then we'll get back to the laughters. Ty and Brittany, you know, it was up here and then it was down here, then it went about right here, then it went back down here, and then somehow the brother and the mama got it back to about here. Because I was like, great conversation at the end, but y'all ain't resolved crap. And it's easy for a person to change their behavior when you first tell them that their behavior is this type of way, and they say, you know what, for the sake of love of God, I'm trying to get in them pants. I'm going to do what you asked for.
That's what it was giving.
I'm sorry. I disrespected that lady. That is Brittany's sister, not her mother. That lady was too young to be that woman's mama. I am sorry. That was that lady's sister. I don't know why she's going to come on this TV and try to lie to us and tell her that's her mama.
She don't look like her sister.
Mama look good, let me tell you.
Right. Ty was like, I done got the wrong one.
But you know what? You know, that's a good sign. You know, a lot of times, guys, we look at that, we'll be like, ooh, if that's what that means, what you're going to look like in the future.
Don't get me wrong. Brittany looked great because she's 40 herself right now. So, but I'm just saying she's 40. So it's like, mama, you had her at 10. What is happening?
She must have been a teenage, mother.
Like, what? Yeah. Because, baby, ain't no way. She looked great.
Well, Jay, look at you.
Yeah, but I'm 40. I'm like Brittany. I'm 45.
But if somebody saw you with your baby girl.
Oh, yeah. I say I'm her sister all the time.
Exactly.
She would get annoyed.
I understand that plight. I understand her plight. That's what my mother does to me all the time.
I've never seen your mom, Elsa, but you always describe her.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she's still a pageant. She's still a pageant girl in her head.
I envision her to be like Jack K. Harry.
Not in her head.
Not that boisterous. I'm more boisterous, so she definitely will be the flair of the dramatic of the dressing, yes, but not the loud personality. But yeah, she would say that, and if I say mom, she'd be like, no. We have a talk.
No,
we have a talk before we go out. We have a talk. She's like, we're going to the bar. We're hanging out. I'm not your mother tonight. Don't call me mom. Okay, you call me by my first name. Okay,
not the
tonight
first,
I'm
you
Diane.
Get first name permission.
Yes, tonight I'm Diane. Okay.
Oh,
and
man,
we go in, and if I say mom,
like a fun time.
Right, she's like, you're messing up my flow. I'm trying to catch something in your age group. You're missing my flow. You know, so I gotta be. Hey, Diane.
Sure, code. I didn't say it. I might have thought it, but I ain't say it. Yes, but anywho, back on the thing. So yeah, back to these two talk. How y'all feel about the conversation that was outside on the balcony where there was apology from Ty? Brittany said, "F your apology and your couch. You is talking crazy to me, and I will not have it," and walked off. I know I was paraphrasing what happened, but it was dramatic like that in my head.
I kind of felt Brittany. Like, I felt like Ty was purposely trying to act like he didn't understand what she was saying. And I get him a little bit like, it's almost like they have two different love languages and they working and they love, you know what I'm saying? Maybe he's like an acts of service person. So he feels like when I'm doing all these things, that means, you know, you should appreciate that. But and Brittany is like, yeah, but I'm at the bottom of your priority list, which should not happen. These guys these ain't your friends. They ain't even sharing the tea with you. It's a whole secret going around in the house, and you're the only one that hasn't been there to know what's going on. So why don't you focus your energy on the person you came here to be with? And he kept like listening to respond and not like listening to what she was saying. So she walked off because, you know, they were going nowhere. They was about to be on a circular argument and, you know, waste of time.
Sean, he'll see it.
I saw it a little bit different. I did appreciate Ty apologizing as he should have, you know, as he should have. But he was saying, what about the reciprocity of it all? You know, you wish for me to serve you constantly. This is a back and forth, you know. Certainly you can also provide acts of service of some kind. And he did go a little too far when he said, you know, it's like she wants him to cater to her, you know, hand on foot. But I think Britney needs to let Ty know what actions does he have to do to make her feel like she's a priority. Because he's thinking, I'm showing you I can provide for a whole lot of people. And, you know, but it's not enough. I need to provide just for you. And she's calling him still. He apologized. He's a class clown. That's what he wants to be. And he's being condescending. And I'm just like, you know, like I shared before, I was like, is this going to be a problem? Because what if y'all get together and Ty's having bonding, great time with your son, not paying you attention? Now we still have a problem? Is it still going to be a problem? Because Britney needs all of Ty's attention. They need to find a balance there. And Ty needs to understand, you know, it's the little things as well with his partner, is those little moments together that I think she needs as well, unless she needs more. What is making Britney a priority?
I don't know. When they were at the top golf thing and she was sitting there and he was like, hey, Jay, come over here, Jay. What are you doing, Jay? And everybody's kind of snuggled up. By the time they got in the car, he was irritated with her. She was irritated with him. And I didn't see them have any like connected moments. Not then. It feels like it only happens like when they're playing a game. So at Karma Sutra, they were together, or, you know, whatever the game of the moment is.
But you just cussed me out of the pool a couple hours ago. I ain't really snuggling up with you at golf. I'm
going home. You call me old girl.
I don't mind old girl. I'm sorry. I don't mind that.
That's one step away from the B word. I think that there's a lot of things happening, and what you said resonated with me. Like, she needs to be more communicative about whatever it is that she's looking for. You know, and I saw her comment on, I think it was Tammy Talk's page, about why she flipped out like that. And she was talking about there's other things going on behind the scenes, blase, blase. She needs to be communicative with Ty about what she's thinking. And the way she flipped out about that scenario, to me, it was ill-timed. He was apologizing, and you still going off on him about you're condescending, you're this. She wasn't in any position to even receive what he was saying or even acknowledge anything that she did. And I think she was one of those people that's like, you did me wrong, I'm calling you out, and that's it. You just need to sit here and take it. And that's not an effective way to handle a conflict. You know what I mean? Like, you're not just going to sit here and yell at this dude or expect him to just take everything because you feel like he was wrong in one instance. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you feel like he don't really like you and he's just trying to get in your drawers, or he's too focused on these other people, then say, hey, listen, say that. Speak whatever your issue is, but don't use an opportunity to just feel like you just going to dress somebody down. That's what I didn't like about how she handled it.
For me, I'm like torn in the middle of both sides or whatnot. I feel like how he felt was very valid, because I can see that. I can see that she just wants to be catered to. He's supposed to stop everything he's doing and all this stuff like that. I see it. Same token, it goes back to the context conversation. What kind of conversations were y'all having? Sir, did you talk yourself up into too much than you can handle? Because on that side, I can see where she's feeling like, hey, you said that you would be this type of way when you see me. Now I'm in your face and you in everybody else's face. I'm also with you and Sean LC. Ma'am, speak up. Your passive aggressiveness is getting you nowhere but an attitude and popping off when you don't want to hear what he got to say. Was he being condescending at that part? It's possible. I can take it as being condescending, but guess what? When you be that type of condescending with me, I'm going to marry you. You want to start talking about, well, I want a partnership and I want a person that I can talk to and stuff. Sir, are you referring to me or are you not? Because if you're not referring to me, please save all that conversation. Because I prefer somebody who talks directly to me and acts and knows what they are talking, who they talking to and stuff. I'm going to play that same game with you right back. So I did not appreciate her in that moment when she decided that she want to sit here and say, I had enough of this conversation. You're being condescending. You're a jerk. You're doing all of this, ma'am. You're being one too right now. Because he did apologize. It is up to you if you want to take the apology or not and say, no, I don't accept your apology. Or yes, I accept your apology. Thank you. But you could save it. He needed to stop. I'm not going to hold her. He needed to stop somewhere. He's like Irvin. He want to just keep throwing some more in there. You apologize, sir. Shh. Live in that, rest in that moment. Rest in that win right there. Because sometimes the apology is a win. Sometimes that's all you need to do. And it works out in your favor. It's just apologize because, sir, you were wrong. Now, and I'm with him. I don't have to apologize for what I said to you. I apologize for the tone and timing of what I said, but sometimes what I said was true. Ma'am, yes, I'm doing 50-11 things for people that I didn't say I was going to do 50-11 things for, but you sit in the pool. Get up out the pool and go get your drink, or you can wait for me to get it. Because I said I will get it. Now, if 10, 20, 30, 40 minutes pass and I ain't got your drink now, then you can start telling me all kind of ways. And me on the other side, if I'm in the pool and I ain't trying to get out because the weather is a little different from what I got going on in the pool, I'm going to learn how to say, hey, babe. Babe, you think you can give me a drink, please? Thank
Smooth
you.
knew how to ask her. Smooth taught her how to say it.
Well, she should have applied it.
Let me tell you what Britney said about the salad that he was going to get that stopped him from getting her drink.
The pasta salad.
Britney said, F that salad. And it wasn't a salad you made anyway. And that's not a narrative. That's her own words. That's
no, and I believe her on that. I believe her on that. Like, sorry, what the hell you talking about? I got to go get a daggone pasta salad right now. Bring my drink with the pasta salad. You got two hands.
And she said it wasn't even a salad you made, so F the salad.
Right.
She said Jay made that salad, so
yeah, you ready to go get Jay salad? No, hell no.
He definitely be trying to get over there to Jay salad.
Listen, Jay got salads, sandwiches. She had a lot going on.
They need to open a little shop.
She need her little side hustle, a little food truck going on.
Food truck going on, baby. Jay sandwiches and sides.
But somebody said it in the comments. I don't know if it was To Go To Africa or Tihu. They said there wasn't, and that's what would have got me, was the reciprocity or lack thereof. Because Britney was talking about all these things Ty was supposed to do. I'm like, where's the reciprocity? And then her mama got up there and said, yo, daddy finds a new way to impress me every day. Miss me with that, because you're going to be more disappointed with me every day than impressed with me. I'm sorry. Look, I hate to break it to you, baby girl, but we married. You're gonna probably be a little more annoyed with me than you are gonna be impressed every day. That's just unrealistic. You delulu.
Yeah, you also might be easy to impress. Listen, I'm not gonna hold you. I've been around some people whose relationship where the man will stop his conversation and dote on his woman and his wife and stuff like that. But in his eyes, she's a reason to do that for. Britney, are you that for Ty? This man saying you don't even reciprocate the energy. So it's like, baby, if he like the petty side of me, I'm gonna mirror your energy. So if you ain't doing stuff for me, guess what? I ain't doing for nothing for you. But I told you that man was transactional. I seen this already. So, ma'am.
He said it flat out.
I said it last week. He's giving transactional. So you're not putting out enough for him to even say, let me go ahead and do. So what are the context of y'all conversations? Because yes, he's probably talked all this stuff up, but what did you say that ensured him that you will be that one? So that's why I said his feelings is valid.
He's not getting anything. Has she said or done anything or said anything in the direction? Because all I keep hearing is he said he's going to cook for me.
She put her foot in his lap.
Okay.
That's what she did.
And handed him the glass to fill the drink.
Yeah. Yes. Because he said what he was going to do for me. Because in my head, this is what an alpha man does. This is not an alpha man, sir. That's why I really just be pissed when people like to throw these terms. I want an alpha. I want this. An alpha man looks out for the whole tribe, pack, whatever it is that he's got going on. He looks out for everybody because he's the leader of a group. That's what an alpha man is. Yes, he's a protector, he's a provider, he's a self-starter in a lot of ways. He does all of those wonderful things, but it's for the whole greater good, not just community. For his woman. That's why I'm like, y'all need to learn y'all Greek terms or y'all whatever y'all want to use and stuff like that. These signs, if you want a man that's going to be about you and all of those positive things that an alpha is, you really want an omega. And even then, he still might not be that much about you because most of his stuff is about him at the end of the day still. But I'm like, y'all don't know what y'all want because your daddy may appear to be an alpha male because he presents a person who he takes care of the home in such a certain manner. But if your mama seems to be running it like she seems to be doing.
Seems like she is.
He's not much of an alpha. And neither is Ty. So learn to love Ty for the man that Ty is.
Or don't.
She don't like him. I mean, legit, she don't. I think, and this is why she's getting herself frustrated because she's doing, what sometimes we in Kojo be stressing on the channel is she don't really like him, but she's trying to see if something grows. It ain't growing, and then the more he does, the more pissed off she gets, and then she still says, "Well, I'm giving you a chance. I need you to do X, Y, Z." No, you don't like him, ma'am. Just move along. Then you're gonna tell the brother, "Oh, why didn't you tell me your brother was so hard to deal with?" And you are a bed of roses, ma'am.
It was funny that you say the brother's so hard to deal with, but the brother knew how just to deal with him.
Well, he's had all his life to deal with it.
I know he had all his life, but even people that have all their life still don't know how to deal with some folks sometimes. You know what I'm saying? Like the brother knows how to actually communicate. You could actually learn something from the brother. That your question should have been is, how do I talk to your brother? How do I get through to your brother?
I think
just what you said, Jay. It started. She don't want, you said she don't want Ty. It's like, I'm having a problem talking to your brother, but we don't have a problem talking.
Right. Because a brother can communicate to a certain degree where Ty doesn't or whatever. But the problem is you're not linked up with the brother. You're linked up with Ty. So you need to learn Ty.
Ty showed you that day when he snapped on Alicia in the kitchen how he get down.
And then she gonna tell him, "I ain't gonna love nobody more than I love my son." So,
woo, child, when she said that, I said, "Oh,
like, whoa."
And I mean, I understand that, in context, but it's like, ma'am, like let's see the softer side of Britney. There used to be Sears commercials before they went out of business. The softer side of Sears. When are we gonna see the softer side of Britney? It's like, come on now.
After she gets a few drinks that he's made.
I don't know that
She
that's
gonna rub his
catering
feet
to her.
next.
Is that catering to her, just bringing her drinks? Like, what is she talking about? Because if I tell you I'm not at the priority, I could break it down and tell you what that is. Bringing me drinks that's my service. That's my waiter. There's other things like the romance between the two of them is not happening, naturally.
Well, Elsie posed that in the beginning. She told her that she needs to define how a priority looks to her.
Communicate. And I think she's an acts of service person.
Mm-hmm.
So
No,
her
no, no,
love
no.
language is acts of service. She likes when somebody does that for her. I think she needs to say, hey, listen, Ty, what do you like? What are some of the things that you like to do?
Or
Because you could keep talking about all these things I'm supposed to do, you're supposed to do for me, and you told me blah, 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 blah. Well, what you gonna do?
or you could play alpha for a second and lead by example. Because sometimes when I have a certain love language, I lead with my love language, so in hopes that you pick up. So if your
How is
thing
she
is
acts of
acts of
service if
service,
she don't do anything?
that's what I'm saying. If yours is acts of service, you should be able to be helping him in some regards. She was great. They were great in the kitchen the first day.
Right.
Now she on vacation with Kiki.
She's sitting by the pool.
Now I get it. They've already had an argument by the time they at the pool because they kind of already said they done had an argument or whatever. We don't know what that argument was entailing because we weren't privy to it for some reason or whatever and stuff. And it might be dealing with the fact that he is doing everything and cooking everything for everybody but her. I'm not mad at it. If you've been telling me you're going to do all this stuff, I need you to deliver at least one time. You ain't got to do it every single day. But at least one time in the midst of you cooking for everybody, can I get a private meal? Can I get a plate fix? Can I get a cup?
One of them sandwiches, get the
Man,
recipe from
Jay making personal sandwiches. I
for,
can't
for people that ain't even her dude. you know?
get personal pasta and
For
sandwich.
clairvoyance. She over here making sandwiches for clairvoyance. Clariophysis. And Ty can't even make a stitch of water for poor Brittany.
Something.
What about this? What about this plot twist? What if Ty don't really like Brittany? And that's why he's doing everything for everybody else because
Part of me,
he
that's what
done
it's
really annoyed her. He may take the draws, but he might not really like her. That's
that's
why
what it's
he's
given.
busying himself with all these other tasks.
That's what it's given.
Well, he's tired of her rejecting him because she's been rejecting him this past week.
Yeah, she out loud it rejected him, so I know his feelings was hurt on that one. Because
Yep. She's like, we ain't going there.
Ever.
She's like, don't even. She's like, nope, nope, nope. I was like, Jesus Christ. You
like,
could've
oh
just-
wow, and now that's why he calling you old girl. Look, I gotta take back a little bit of it. He's like, oh girl, that won't give me none.
And you know what? The thing that's crazy, not crazy, but just very interesting. All the ladies have said everything about how they're the guys, but some of them are ignoring them. Alicia, she clocked Irwin. Even Charlie clocked Jared. She ignored it because she's Delulu zebra princess. You know, Brittany said the same thing. He don't think he likes me. He just wants to get me in the bed. You know what I'm saying? Like they know. I mean, Kiki got her own stuff, so she
Tatiana
don't.
started to ignore it.
Yeah. Brandon's the only one that's just late.
Brandon ignoring it.
He's late. He's late.
Brandon, one of the girls, ignoring it.
Exactly. He's still in Delulu. He thinks he thinks like, you know what? Maybe if I just talk to her up on this, they done been in that balcony talking.
If I have a few drinks with her, she'll
calm down. The thing that killed me is when Kiki, I'm sorry, I'm going off topic. But when Kiki laid down in that chair after he was talking and pulled that blanket over her, I was like, damn. Bro, pack it up.
He said, where are you going? She's like,
over here
to lay down.
Away from you.
I thought you catch the hint, bro.
I tried to come to the balcony be by myself.
What I gotta do? Jump?
This ain't even my room. How you find me?
He's like,
you about
even
to do
though
a
our date was
cannonball
bad,
into the pool or something.
What am I waiting for? What am I waiting for?
he said, even though our date was bad, it really wasn't that bad. She's like, shut up. I'm going to lay down.
What does that even mean, sir?
Oh, it was hilarious, boy. Anywho, enough with Britney and Ty because obviously they said they gonna make it for one more day. You know, week we don't know. Day, yeah, for sure.
Ty lives to cook another meal.
Well, they can't get rid of the residence cook. You know, Jay had to do it all by herself. You know what I'm saying? They need somebody got to cook around here. Kiki surely ain't. Yeah.
Well, Alexis said she was tussling in them comments under Tammy Talks too. She said, I cook too.
Okay.
We don't eat the same thing you eat, though.
You better leave her alone for you get blocked off that Facebook group, Rhonda.
I'm just saying.
Don't
I
get
would
blocked
like to
now.
make a toasted sandwich. I don't want tofu butter.
Don't get blocked now.
It's not that bad.
I mean,
The tofu butter.
It's great for you.
Enjoy it. Look, enjoy
No,
it.
it's not good. It's not good for men because that tofu is high in high exactly.
That
so
and it's not good for me because I'm blood type B and it's soy.
There you go.
So
my body processes soy good, so yeah, that's why it's good.
Yeah, and everybody is not that. So stop trying to take everybody out with you and Alicia. Lord Jesus.
I meant Alexis, not Alicia. I'm sorry. I meant Alexis. Chris's girl is the one that says she cooked.
Yeah, that was Alexis. You said Alexis. You said it. You said the right name.
Yeah, I didn't mean Alicia, the one that has all the dietary restrictions.
Well, if Lexi is cooking and I might be wanting to eat some shit, she's probably got some good dishes that she.
Yeah, he said Lexi, not Alicia.
If you make some rice and peas, boy.
She makes some oxtail.
Woo! The oxtail, I can do that, but the jerk chicken, the rice and peas, I still can't figure out how to make rice and peas right, no matter what I do.
What? I'll help you out, Sean.
Oh, please do.
I only know how to make the Belizean way because their way is just a tad bit. It's different. Plus, I'm not big on split pea, but it works. It works in their stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, for them, yeah. We're pigeon peas.
I definitely eat it when it's all cooked and stuff like that. But it's just like if I was to have split pea by itself and separate, I would never do it.
Or the Jamaicans, the way I've seen it is with the red beans. No,
that's what I'm saying. It's made like red beans and rice, like it's mixed all together. So yeah, I like it that way. But if I had to eat
Trinis, we use pigeon peas, not the red beans.
Oh, I like the pigeon peas too, because even in the Hispanic culture and the Latino culture, they do pigeon peas
use
too.
Different peas. Seen them use split yellow, split green. It depends on whose restaurant.
Right, that's true.
Into, or whatever.
We're not taking requests.
Yeah, it's gonna be a split pea period.
You got requests for menu items in the chat.
Oh, Tihu, hit me up with that recipe. I'll get El Cid's Trini way. I'll get Tihu. I'll get the Jamaican way. I tried it so many different ways.
You can get the Belizean way too.
I'll take that.
It's just a matter of the Belizean way. I'm pretty sure the ways are similar. It's just that the stuff you put on the inside. That's what I really want to learn how to make. Jollof.
Jollof too. Yep.
Mine?
Yeah, you want to take me?
I'm on live right now.
Yeah, because I don't have no breakfast food. Somebody.
So are we taking requests from the chat? Daggone it.
Yes.
So Sean, you're gonna present to us what you make and taste it on air so we could see it?
I will. I'll do that. So I made if you could send it to me, if you could everybody can send all their requests. Not the requests, their recipes to my that's my IG. You send that to me and I'll work it out. I'll do that next week because I made lasagna this week, so I'm good for the next few days.
we got to ask you what's on the menu for Mother's Day then.
Oh, it's a combination of bought and cooked.
Never mad at that. Sometimes in combos work.
Yes.
There's a new restaurant around by us that I want to try, so maybe we do that. But then that means getting out the house.
Okay, so where we done? We up
Come
to
on here to
Charlie,
DFW, Sean. It's a good
Oh, that's
restaurant in
Sean
Arlington.
Stokes?
Yeah.
Yep. Called Jamaican Gates.
All right. Haven't been to Dallas in forever.
Yeah. But Charlie and Jared, you know what I'm saying? The Bone Collectors.
They in heat.
Well, we saw the baby, kind of.
Kind of saw the baby, and we also knew Jared was excited that it was a potential she might go home.
He was like, so you want to bounce? Like, I'm good.
I'm good now that I got some.
He said, I got what I came here for.
What is she pumping for? Is she overnighting the milk to her mother? Like, I'm disgusted by this Charlie person. I'm sorry.
No, the baby down the street. The baby's down the street.
That's what they said because it don't look like it.
That's what Charlie said. She jumped into somebody's comment somewhere along the way. I don't know where it was this time, but yeah.
So then she could go see the baby.
Yeah. She wasn't fully away from the baby.
So what's she crying for on a FaceTime? Get out of my face with this.
Charlie.
Her hormones are raging, Rhonda.
Okay.
I don't buy it. You may buy it, Rhonda. I ain't buying it.
That baby wasn't close.
Right. It didn't look like that. That didn't look like no Airbnb in the background.
Because what they would have been filming is me at that baby with that baby.
Right.
Right. Put the baby in
like that, especially since this man know that I got a kid waiting. It might be filming me introducing him to his new daughter.
Well, he's trying to daddy.
Plot twist.
Are you my new daddy?
Because look at the china cabinet in the background and the decoration. There's no Airbnb I know of that look like that.
Mama house. Her mama house.
Exactly.
Guess what? I was just like, all right. In LA, I gotta look at that house again. I'll tell you if that's a real LA home. Look at that house again. It wasn't given LA home. It wasn't given an LA home, but there's certain features in the LA home for the most part, and I gotta look at it again.
It's not giving that Jared thought it was so phenomenal because he seems like it's a wrap. He good. She won't be logging on to find him on the internet or anything after they leave this house.
It was given a Texas home. That's where she's from. It was given Texas. But, she's saying, as Sean is telling us, she's saying that it was, an LA home down the street. Maybe a transplant from Texas.
It don't make her look
I don't know how long they were there. So let's say this whole thing was 2 or 3 weeks and maybe the baby was there for the first week and a half. I don't know. And maybe that was after the baby went home. Who the heck knows?
Well, we know it was the first week, but we don't, like you say, Sean, we don't know what day this is that she's making this phone call.
Yeah.
Maybe we can't spend the time with you going over there with the baby. You need to film more at home, more at the house.
Either way, whether the baby was in California or Texas, it's still crazy to have a 1-month-old and running around some dude you ain't never seen in years.
Letting him crack.
After you just was cracked on the birthing table.
And where was the baby daddy at? Because he cracked too.
It was a random hookup as per her. So do you know he a baby daddy?
She ain't black and she ain't no queen either. This is not queen behavior.
Ooh.
Well, don't take away her blackness now, Rhonda.
Listen. We can talk about it.
That's a horse of a different feather, as they say. A zebra of a different feather.
A zebra of a different color.
White. It's a white zebra.
An albino zebra.
Golly. Anyway, why these people want to tell Jared all their business? He doesn't seem so trustworthy to me.
Yes, let's tell the person. Well, you know what? In some ways, he is, because this is a person who's been hiding a secret child from a person he's been talking to for some years. So, in some ways, they like, if you can hide that kind of secret, you should be able to hide mine, but clearly not. Clearly not. Because not only did he tell your secret, he even wrote your name down in the game of who has so many lies still out there, so many secrets still out there. It was like, not me. I only got one that I'm just trying to smash. I ain't got that many no more. And that's not really a secret. I done smashed already.
So I can bounce.
Well, that's part of the smashing is the bouncing. Jared just looking like he trying to move away from where he is, because he really about, moving in with her. Then he was, to me, it was love bombing. Oh, I can't wait for our two babies to get together and they can be present with each other. And I was like, dude, stop.
You don't see that, baby.
Right.
He got 2 kids.
We know the age of the baby. I can't remember what his eldest child is. The age is. Are they Texas twins? I mean, we don't know.
Him and Charlie's babies is Texas twins, but his other child, I think, was a few years older.
Okay.
Anywho, who else is on here that really need to be talked about? I mean, Alexis Chris was there, but not much going on with them till this week. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Other than his accent.
Yeah. His improv of how he didn't, let me just get it out the way real quick, because he's puzzling. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was a red flag that she got trust issues. Everything, he like Kiki. Everything a red flag.
We know who he got at home. Flag.
I hate to say it, that man just don't like you.
I think it was the stop sign for me. And a question mark.
You did not have him at hello.
Yeah. This isn't like a good look for him. I'm sorry. I just thought I liked him better before he came over here.
Who? You like who better?
Chris. Somewhere LaRon is like celebrating with tequila shots about how this dude is over here looking a fool.
2 bottles.
You said 2 or 10 tequila shots, because
I said tequila shots.
I know. I said 2 or 10. Bottomless. That sounded about right. There we are. All right. Just want to make sure there was no number on this. Him and Kiki could see who can outdo each other. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, he can go.
You might give her a little run for her money. She might want to sit back. She gotta work her way up there. He's like professional with it. But yeah, I don't know what to say about these two. It's like there's nothing there. There's nothing. You know what I'm saying? If we're doing movie quotes, he's just not into you. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know, sis. I don't know. I don't know what more he needs to tell you, because this man is clearly not trying to go to a boom boom room, be touched by you, be liked by you, be noticed by you. And I don't know what type of improv he's supposedly good at. He lied about that, because what? But he couldn't even follow the directions. He don't listen very well either. The thing was to like start a sentence with the last letter of the last sentence.
Not answer the question, sir.
Wrong improv game. There is an improv game that you just is all questions. There is an improv game where it's literally you just got to keep asking questions back to each other, and the person that doesn't do it is out. But sir, that was not the game.
And she's always acting so dragged out. She came over here talking about, I don't date men my age because they can't handle me. I bet they can, because she's like always just wore out and she don't really play like that. And she, unless you want to paint somebody's body, that's the best energy I ever seen her this whole time.
He doesn't know how to spell. That's all this was. This was an exercise that he did not know how to spell.
He didn't have to spell anything. He just had to start a word that started with a Y.
But then he messed up.
But he had to know the word ended in Y.
But then he messed up when they were trying to do that whole improv thing where they were supposed to make up an adventurous story. And he started talking about shoes. And then the guy even called him out and was like, you just hijacked the moment. So I think Chris is just in his own world. And he just wants to be on camera. That's all this is.
Well, that didn't work out too good for him because we ain't seen him since episode 3.
Wow.
We saw her looking at Alicia like, girl, you know you want to go home, whatever.
Well, look, I think he's the thing that's consistent is because remember when he was on Ready to Love, he got eliminated because every time the ladies went out with him, they didn't really like him. They said he was self-absorbed and he was a little dull.
Well, I wonder what he was saying to Maya.
That's what I'm just trying to figure out why she feel like he good at improv. That's the only thing that stuck out between these two in this episode for me. You know what I'm saying? Her saying that he was good at improv. I was like, where?
I think that was her inner cougar. She was like, maybe if I give him a little compliment, if I just tell him something that's a lie, he'll take me upstairs.
Look, you better at improv than he is. Say what now?
She said, listen, I'm trying to get us some, I want you to improv me over this bed stool.
Man, please, sir. Improv a love scene right now. Let's go.
Listen, I'm trying to get bent over.
That's not a cougar. That's a saber-toothed tiger.
Well, whatever it is, you trying to say she's long in the tooth, Ron?
That's what I heard.
You try to say something?
That's what I heard.
I'm long in the tooth too, but my man ain't scared to
double
go to the boom boom room.
But my man ain't scared to go to the boom boom room, baby.
Well, Chris
welcome to the jungle, baby.
Because he don't want to get ravaged.
We got fun and games.
Welcome to the jungle. Shoot, I don't know what to tell y'all. Yeah, I'm just waiting on the improv of Chris. You know what I'm saying? Someday.
We saw it when he does those confessionals. That's when he comes alive. That's the most energetic he is.
That is so unattractive. That was so unattractive. I'm sorry. Chris got no kind of sense and can't spell, can't do the assignment. I would have been done.
Don't nobody how many sides a stop sign has. I'll just make it square.
Golly. Well, she couldn't see it at the time.
Is that peen pick must be a hell of a pick. That's all I can say.
It must have been next to a tape measure, okay? Or the lighting. Gotta be.
Or water bottle, or ruler, or anything. Shoot. Yeah. She wanted up about near her, though. And it ain't happening. This man said, I will not be meat.
You ain't gonna be nibbling all over me like Clay on that sandwich.
He said, I'll send you my meat, but I won't give you my meat.
At all. You better ask Jay for some meat.
And a sandwich.
That's the only meat you're gonna get around here.
And they were so diabolical. They voted for them that they need the intimacy suite.
I said,
now, y'all know
they hate them.
Y'all know Chris don't want to go there.
That's because they hate them. They hate him. I think they really hate him because you notice he's not with a lot of the guys. He's off to his own a good portion of the time.
Or she keeps talking about it, and they're like, "Please go relieve this lady.
Can you give this lady some?
Man,
we are tired.
Because we are tired.
But he's with the guys, Sean. That's how he knows the secret with Jared and all that stuff.
But a couple of the scenes I saw, he wasn't around.
He with the guys. He with the guys to get away from her.
Exactly. And only in those moments.
Because that man is trying to avoid that boom boom room as much as Kiki. Like, I'm going to let y'all know. It's like, sir, you shouldn't have sent her the pic then. What was you thinking? She just going to look at it and be like, oh, that's nice.
Well, he sent a pic. We don't know if it was the pic.
Which that's what she said it was.
You better hope it doesn't end up.
Well, how would she know unless she's seen it for herself and verified? And then that's why she said he's good at improv because they're pretending like nothing happened.
How will I know?
Unless I feel it.
If he loves me.
Not you breaking out in song. Because that's the only way you can verify if that belongs to me or not.
Touch and feel it.
I'm loving the karaoke. What you got for us, Rhonda?
No, it won't be the correct words. It won't be the correct words.
Let's get this SWV going on.
Knock all the doors and give me $20.
Hey, Rhonda said not for free.
Shoot, somebody trying to get it rained down on them. That's all.
Too bad he ain't Jared.
No, he's not.
Listen, these two, both of them don't really like each other. I just think, I don't think she would mind having a little run at him, but I don't think she really likes him.
I don't think she liked him either. She like Jared. She like, I'm just here because I done invested a little bit of time and I need to get a little something.
Right.
I'm leaving here with something. So I dropped him draws.
That's why she felt him up that way when they was doing those exercises.
Sure.
She was like, listen, stop playing with me.
Did you Photoshop that photo?
She said, I want to feel it.
What's that scene off of was it a Scary Movie when Marlon Wayans was in the van with the old girl?
Mm-hmm. Well, what's the rumor?
You sure I can get a little freaky sometime?
You asked, Rhonda. I was trying not to be
I want to know.
Messy or problematic.
I tried to ignore Rhonda and keep talking about the show, but she's still talking about what's the rumor.
Exactly.
Well, it's right there.
No, really. No, really. What's the rumor? I need to know. What's the rumor?
Sean knows something. Sean Stokes, that is.
What's the rumor?
Word.
What was the reason?
Word on the card. Right.
Sean, it's right there.
The people are saying.
Huh.
Okay.
I'll be doing subscriptions and things.
Well, maybe she could leave Philly to go to Dallas.
You gotta make money somehow.
That can't be the rumor. You left to come to Cali?
She might. I wouldn't stick because she's all over the internet. If it's just that, I'm sure she would be well aware of that.
I don't know. Anywho, moving on from these two, let's get to the last two that really means something to this conversation. Because everybody seems to know what's going on. We know. The people in the house know. But Tati don't know. And when Tati find out, that's your ass, Mr. Postman.
She better stop kissing Clavocius all up in his mouth. And get to figuring out what that lie is about.
Keep her hands off of him.
I don't understand, like, when the whole house votes unanimous that y'all the ones still got a secret. outside of you two, and I'm saying unanimous because it's everybody against y'all. When they all vote write that, and you try to figure out why y'all think that. No, Clay, what the hell they mean? So it's giving Tati might have a little secret her damn self.
Did you see how his hands was shaking when he was holding that card up?
Yep.
Like,
his leg was shaking too. His leg was shaking.
It should have been the dinner table at Django. It's a lot of lies that's being told around here.
That Negro was shaking like a hoe in a in a church. He was looking like Pookie.
Yeah.
That's another song, that Joe song. When I get to lying, I stutter.
Y'all want me to tell y'all who?
I love you. That's the truth. That's what.
Hey, you know what scene I really need? I need that scene off of Demon Light. He'd be like, you think you, me too? Because that's Clay when he's you know, the devil can't say I love you. He like, girl, you don't me back.
She don't. I hope not.
She was kissing and slobbing him down in the back.
I'm mad. I think I like her, but I think she's just being a little delulu now because you caught him in the middle of a lie. Now everybody at the table done told you that he's keeping a secret. And it's gonna take. This is when we're gonna really be proud of Alexis, because looks like from the preview next episode she's just gonna break it to her finally. Because
imagine that and you're walking around in that house.
But I think Alexis is just now the last one to find out too. She's one of the last ones to find out. But it's just the fact that it's like Charlie, but I can't expect too much from Charlie. She done kept all her kids from the man and stuff, and now she keeping her mama with the kids, lying to the kids, saying she ain't with a man, but she with a man. So, she got a little line private herself. But
we know Alicia didn't know. We know Alicia didn't know because she would have told. She
would have blasted everybody.
she would have told Tati right in front of Clavassier.
It'd have been looking like that scene off of Why Did I Get Married at the table? And I know you ain't laughing.
Exactly. You sitting up here smiling like a cat.
That should have kept her one more week.
Boom.
Because you see, she didn't spare Kiki and Brandon, and y'all gonna be next. So if she knew,
right,
she would have went right to Tati and been
like, I'm knowing Jay and Cinco know, because this is why this game is being pushed through them and the producers. Like, what?
Like, Jay knows everything. For Britney and Ty.
Jay know it all.
Cinco too.
Yeah. So I was like, this is y'all way of trying to tell this girl, hey, question your man. Meanwhile, she like over there, what? Why y'all think that? Who said that? Okay, Portia Jr. I like Tatiana too, though. Like, I like her, but I'm like, I need her to wake up in this moment. Seriously. Because you already feel something in your gut. You already know something ain't right with this man. Now you over here kissing them all down in the back seat of the Jeep and stuff. Like, what is happening?
That was annoying too. Get a room.
I didn't like it. I didn't like it at all. I was really mad with the cameraman for zooming in. I was like, I do not want to notice that they're kissing back in the back seat while Brandon's struggling to get some.
Poor thing. It was like we get closer and closer after every date, and Brandon was like, all our dates are bad.
Yeah, you getting closer on the line. You getting closer to having your head taken off, bro. You playing. You playing. He playing. That dude there, like the right time. I'm waiting for the right time. What time was this, sir? What time? After you done got the draws? After you done manipulated her out of everything? Like, what?
He seemed like the type that would lay right there afterwards and say, I've been holding something I need to tell you.
Nah, he'll wait till we already walked down the aisle and now they coming for child support.
Oh, what's that boy with the refrigerator babies?
Yeah. Had he not told everybody, he might have got away scot clean, you know? It wasn't for the meddling kids.
I'm ready for this to come out. I don't want to see another week of her, looking a fool.
I'm so ready.
Seems like she's just getting googly eyes and all up under him, and they're holding hands, and
I'm so ready. I'm so ready because I just feel bad for sis. Like, bro, unless she got a good ass secret herself, I feel bad for her. Like, bro, because he is all the way playing in your face, and like when you really find out or whatever, how many people knew on top of it, and I like on some real stuff. I know we like to be mad at the people, but that's not who you mad at. Like those people are finding out like you are. His thing is he didn't come to tell you. He told somebody else first. He's an idiot.
I'm sure they wish they didn't know.
Yeah, because you put them in an awkward position. They don't know none of y'all in the first. You know what I'm saying? So there's no real loyalty to anybody up in here. So like them keeping their mouth closed, I can understand. I can somewhat understand it because like I don't want to be the bearer of bad news to break up your relationship. But at some point, like, bruh, I feel like I be the one who want to be like, hey, you might want to question your dude. There's a lot going on over there.
He already over here eating meat sandwiches.
Or I might start asking you questions like, hey, he got any kids? Y'all plan on having any?
Jerry told
one day you found out he had a kid, how would you feel? Charlie could have sat there and did that.
She got her own issues.
No, but she got the easiest out. She got the easiest out. Like if I was to tell one of y'all and I was messing with one of y'all, she could have just easily did it like this. If I was messing with one of y'all and I was to tell y'all I got a kid, how would y'all take that? I could have got a sense of how Tatiana is going to take it and have been like, you know what? Yeah, this ain't going to go too well for Clay. Let me go over to Clay and just tell him, yo, your timing is right now because the way old girl just expressed to me how she would go, blah, 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 blah. Yeah. You might want to just call it all the way off at this point and not say nothing. Just go home. Just make up a reason why you need to go home, bro.
I think Charlie is more focused on, see, we're not the only ones with secrets over here. She's not thinking of it like that.
You know, I am asking a woman who leaves her own child to be a friend. You know, I be having high hopes for people.
Well, I didn't trust this one from the gate, so I'm not surprised at all.
Oh, I never had high hopes for this man. He lied about being a vegan for no reason. So, yeah.
The S on his chest did it for me.
Yeah, you've been saying that since day one. She don't like that Superman. Superman, watch me. Ooh.
That's it. That's it.
I don't know. Yeah. Yeah.
And I don't like the narrative of the mother of the child. Like she came over here, she wound up pregnant, like what, by herself.
But mind you, that was 2 months before. That's not even 2 months before y'all even started dating. Like,
so you didn't even have to lie.
Didn't have to lie. But he didn't have to lie about the vegan thing either. So there's that. So you're a bold-faced. You're a habitual bold-faced liar.
A liar.
These people holding secrets for folks that ain't their friend. They don't know these people from Adam. It's been a week and we holding secrets.
But you're not holding secrets though, because you're still telling everybody else.
No, I'm saying they holding secrets from they holding.
I know they hold from their person, but I'm saying you telling everybody else. So far, Kiki the only one that we don't know if she told anybody else in the house. She told us. But right now, she the only one who hasn't came clean to her partner, but also hasn't told anybody else her secret. She's the only one that makes sense. Like, if you're going to have the secret, don't be telling people in the house to give them an opportunity to tell your person.
She told the therapist.
Oh yeah, she did tell her, but that's a confidentiality.
Yeah, supposed to. Yeah, she ain't gonna say nothing.
She know who to tell.
Right.
Finally, my girl Kiki gets the credit she deserves.
Oh, she gets credit. Shut up, Sean.
For being the master liar and withholding her secret.
Oh, you see now you done got Elsie started.
Lord, I didn't mean to wake up Mount Vesuvius. Good Lord.
You did. You did.
Just when you was winning, so you should have pulled a Irwin.
I did. A win is a win. Shut up, Sean.
You know, in the dark arts category, Kiki is winning. Okay, she is definitely winning. All right, so y'all can learn some things from Kiki. All right, because y'all need to learn how to shut up when y'all got dirt going on. See, y'all like the rest of these people on the damn YouTubes and these podcasts out here exposing yourselves. Y'all supposed to just shut up and get away with your crimes.
Or just hit that bottle.
Right, get online talking crazy. You can't get online talking crazy when you're doing crimes.
Baby believing they on bull.
Y'all like to be a daggone OJ Simpson if y'all ain't. If I did do it, that's how I would have did it though. But I ain't do it.
Not if I did do it.
But if I did do it though.
Oh,
Any final thoughts about these people before we move on? Any of them? I don't care which one y'all want to pick.
They need to have all never ever met.
Well, you know, Cinco and Jay, they would beg to disagree.
Most of this is never going to get it, never going to get it.
Never going to get, whoa, 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 whoa.
That's what Chris is telling Alexis.
Not my goodies, not my goodies.
Well, Tati is holding out, so it's been a week. So I feel like if she
was a damn cover swap.
Yeah.
Tati is he wearing in on Tati, but somebody need to hurry up and tell her before
it's too late.
Yeah.
Charlie was gonna do it regardless. He didn't even have to go do all the things he had to do either. She was going. I feel like Jared, also a liar. He could have just told her, you know, right where it was. He said 6 kids is a lie. I think she was gonna let him crack regardless.
Definitely was. She been wanting for it anyway, so it was gonna happen. He just, in the words of Khaled, you played yourself, son. Played yourself.
Can't help it.
I mean, he got what he wanted, so it is what it is. Whatnot. I don't know. I mean, we could pack it all up. We could pack it all up, really. Pack it all up. You know, show over. Kiki, keep your secret. No need to tell him. Just call it off. Just break up. Just stop talking to him. I think like you and what's the lion one name? What's not Jared? Damn, that's Jared. The other lion one. No. Oh, this man I'm looking at right here. Lord Jesus. I was like, what is that man's name? Yes. I think y'all should just keep y'all secrets to yourselves and just like soft quit. just like no, don't call, don't show. Just like get in the SUV and just drive off in the sunset and just be like, you know what? I came, I saw, and I left.
It ain't what it was, what I wanted it to be.
Yeah. Because ain't nothing good coming out of these secrets that y'all about to tell. You know what I'm saying? Both y'all waiting for a good moment to tell the person. He waiting for them on the ultimate high, I guess. And Kiki just waiting for them not to argue anymore. I think Kiki should just tell her because she kind of seemed like she went out of it anyway. But y'all could just pack it up. Y'all don't even have to say nothing to nobody. Just pack it up and go. Mm-hmm.
Did anybody like each other last season?
Yeah,
Nope.
the old people pretended to like each other and stuff. We don't know.
Remember there was the other couple that was hunching, Josh
Oh,
and I forgot her name.
what was the light skinned one? The two light skinned ones that was from Cali that never met. They
Oh,
lived.
Greg.
Greg,
Greg
and
and
what was her
But they
name? She
ended
was
up
pretty
she
too.
ended
What
up
was
with
her
another
name?
man too.
Millie.
Millie.
Really.
But
Yeah,
then
but they
they
did
wound
try.
up falling apart. But they were
They did.
cool.
Yeah, they did try
Yeah,
to
I
work
like
on
Chris and
Greg. Greg is a
Cynthia.
solid dude.
it. Hmm. It was more believable last season. Oh,
Yeah.
But you know that always happens. It kind of happens. I don't know if they
hmm
probably filmed this maybe before the other one aired, but it didn't come off phony this season. It just seemed like nobody was really. It was just too many
yeah,
secrets and lies.
it's just a lot. Yeah, that's the only thing that's just making it like something like because the first season, I think it was just like we were especially having older couple that haven't met and they've been talking to each other for 5 years.
Yeah. I don't think they really have. It wasn't like any big, huge secrets. You know what I mean? There was that
No,
first couple where they was a little fake and crazy. Remember, they had that
yeah, they were fake,
little
definitely.
violence thing going on. They got rid of them. Then you had you know Hustle and Flow. He was busy trying to tell everybody in the house what to do. And then you had the other Aaron. She didn't like him at all. The girl he was with.
It was
Jody.
Irvin and Alicia 1.0.
Mm-hmm.
Jody
Yeah, Jody. Yeah,
and
she
Aaron H or J or whichever Aaron.
Dangly earring.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
He had Greg and Millie.
You said Chris and his lady?
Yeah, Chris and what was her name?
They did end
Sandees.
up together. Those two did end up together in
But
a
then
relationship.
They
then
not
they
so.
went off their merry way
Oh,
shortly
thank God.
after when they
Oh,
did the
Yeah,
reconnection.
she was trying to prove that they were still together for our sake, but it ain't worked out.
yeah,
Yeah,
we
they
were
had
hoping
boom boom
that
roomed it out.
Chris and the other girl.
Mm-hmm.
I'm glad to hear that she's gone from him. He was horrible.
Which one now? Now I'm confused.
Chris and and
What's her name? Sadia?
India.
Which one was that? Now I'm confused.
That was the Haitian girl,
The
the one that
Haitian
was
dude.
crying.
Oh yeah, I forgot about them. Oh, that's the she was the
That's what I was
eavesdropper,
talking
ear
about.
hustler.
Yeah, I thought that's what he realized, but yeah, they they fizzed out after a while.
Yeah.
Yeah, Josh and Jay didn't seem believable at first, but then after a while, I was like, yeah, because I
Like I
mean
said,
9 years,
he was knocking the brakes off of her.
yeah, but like 9 years that y'all not seeing each other. But then when you start doing some math and all that stuff, you start adding up. Nah, I can see doing some deductions on things. But yeah,
Mm.
this one is just like giving me more for TV. People are just on here to be seen or whatever stuff like that. We might have just started talking a week ago online, but now we're gonna apply for the show and say we've been
Yeah,
talking this
unfortunately,
long.
I think the Alexis and Chris this season definitely look like they on some made for TV foolishness.
Well, they
Mhm.
should have discussed it before they got here. They should have had a plan at least. Because he's very not, what'd you say, Jay? He's not good at improv. He
At
needs a
all.
script. He needs to study.
Not sure
He
if
needs
he's
a
on
cheat
he's good
sheet.
with a script either, but
But
that's
you
me.
think sometimes some people they think they're smarter than they are, or they think they know more than they do, so you can't tell them anything. So I'm sure Alexis tried to tell Chris, "Hey, listen, this is what we're gonna do," and he was like, "Yeah, yeah, I get you, I got you, I got this, I know what I'm doing,"
Yeah.
and then he gonna get here and do what he want to do.
I don't know. I think when you spend so many years, you get set and that's your space. You know what I mean? After you've been dating online for a couple of months and you take it to the next level, that's one thing. 4 or 5 years in and y'all are just, still talking online, that's the relationship. I don't think it probably gonna change after that. In most cases, you already settled. Y'all been doing it's like catfish. Like you said, Sean, I've been here speaking to this person for how many years? We've never met. I don't know what you look like. And, it doesn't make sense.
Well, they'll see it. I don't know if we got anything else after that, child. We done laughed. We done cried. I didn't give y'all one good intro because I was too busy laughing. I'm sorry.
And we had a little bit of a musical interlude. We had it all.
It was highly entertainment as much as that episode was for me. I was thoroughly entertained.
Yeah, but we did lose our first couple, so I think a lot more need to pack their bags and catch that Uber back to the airport. We don't need to be keeping people here, but it'll be interesting to see if secrets get revealed or if they swept under the rug, or who is handing Chris and Alexis the keys to the intimacy suite. And what else is coming up? Because if this is only week 1, please help us for week 2.
Oh, we got another week to go. Lord Jesus, help us all. Pray for us all, y'all. Y'all have a good one. I'm sorry that I did not give y'all a proper intro when we got here, but I am Jay. I'm one of the cousins. This is my girl, El Cid. She's the other cousin, Rhonda. She's another cousin, and our boy, Sean. That's our big cousin over there, okay? Follow us. If you haven't already, please like, share, and subscribe. Rhonda, tell the people what you got going on, sis.
Well, I got the Real Housewives of Atlanta on Mondays at 8. At least that's usually the plan. I'm gonna go ahead and do Detroit tomorrow. They over. They came and then they, swiftly leaving out, and yeah, whatever's in between. Everything Bravo that that we watch.
Not they just came back for a hiatus and Kobe done had the baby and stuff, and now they about to go back up there. I ain't got to go again. I'm tired of Carlos King. I ain't gonna hold y'all. I'm about tired of Carlos King. El Cid.
Right now, here with the Never Ever Mets, but on my channel, Elson 932, I am covering Somebody's Son. And that is going to be tomorrow at 4:05 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I also cover Love is Blind, especially the international versions. And I have another segment called Unsolicited Advice, where I pull stories and questions from the internet where people are asking the internet for advice. And we are live giving our opinion and our unsolicited advice. That's going to be Wednesday this time at 2 Eastern Standard Time, but it's usually around 5 o'clock Eastern Standard Time.
She's like international.
Sean, have we encouraged you to get your YouTube back and running?
It's a work in progress. So ain't nothing going on but the rent. But if y'all want, y'all can follow me over on Instagram.
We gonna get you one day like y'all trying to get me for math. Anywho.
That's a bet. If you do math, I'll definitely reactivate my channel.
You just have me watching math just so you can reactivate it. And then he gonna pull a tie on me. He gonna be rubbing my feet for a week.
No, it'll be a win. It's a win for me.
He gonna be rubbing my feet for a week, and then a week later I'll be telling them all over again, you don't do nothing for me. You're doing it for the people.
No bait and switch. No bait and switch.
But anywho, thank you all for being here with us. Y'all didn't have to be here with us tonight. We on a late one. Do apologize. It may be like this again next Monday just because my sister graduating this weekend. So I got to make some out of town arrangements. So I will not be here again this weekend. But we'll figure out what day it works best for us. If not, if you don't see me back here and these ladies and Jets back here next week on Monday, Tuesday we'll be over at Little Black Book with Kojo because he usually do NEMs on Tuesday. So we'll let you know what the deal is. But in between time and meantime, I might leave y'all with a little something because that's how we do.
A trash person, okay? And I was never told I was good enough. So my love language is words of defamation.